ills of this country and political science, who has any idea of the political science of America, when you hear that stuff from Republican candidates, it's a dog whistle for, okay, you don't care about me. You don't care about my community. You don't care about my family. You don't care about us. You care about those who are rich, those who are wealthy. And I said that a few minutes ago, the difference between being rich and wealthy.
Yeah,
LeBron James is rich.
Right.
The owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers is wealthy.
Exactly.
Here's the difference. We get money, what we do. We got to buy a band.
We got a ball, man. We got a ball.
We got to ball out. We got to trick out the bins.
Yes, sir.
We got to buy rims. First of all, why in the world would you put rims on a $105,000 car?
Exactly.
That makes no sense to me.
Me neither.
Why would you put value? Here's nothing. Where I'm from, drug dealers would buy Mercedes-Benz that they lived in the project. Why would you buy a Mercedes-Benz and don't have a garage to park it in?
Exactly.
Buy the house. Don't buy the car. Don't buy the jewelry. Don't buy the clothes. Buy the house. Mm-hmm. Because once you drive that Benz, $105,000 Benz off the lot, it's no longer worth $105,000.
No, it is not.
But if you spend $105,000 on a house and you keep it in 10 years, that house is worth $205,000.
Exactamundo. Appreciation and value.
That's the difference between being rich and wealthy.
Well, you're right, though, man. But that's the mentality, though, and that's the stuff that's being taught, though. And, again, if it's a system that's taught, you right here, this is where you need to stay. And if anybody else comes in and say, hey, man, that ain't where you need to stay. We got something else better for you. That's when people meet that with resistance. And that's what I don't understand. Because, again, we talk about that box mentality. You only have 4 areas to go. So if somebody say, hey, y'all, there's another way. There's a top to this box. You can open this box and you can get out and see something more. Nah, I'm all right. I'm cool with this box.
You know why? It's called the crab mentality.
Yeah.
You put a bunch of crabs in a barrel, and when one tries to climb out, the other crabs will pull them back down.
But the thing about it, what the crabs don't know, if all of them go in some hot water with some lemon and some spices and stuff, all of them going to be a meal.
And what crabs also don't know is, if instead of pulling the one trying to get out down, how about figuring out how he's getting out?
Exactly. And then you escape.
Can get out.
And then you get out. And then you get out.
Everybody can get out.
Everybody can get out, though. Yeah.
It's a system of dysfunction, religious dysfunction. It is economic dysfunction. It is social dysfunction. It is educational dysfunction. That we need to be educated on. We need to sit down and have real, tough, hard, difficult, harsh conversations with each other first.
Yes, sir.
Then with other societies, other communities.
Yeah.
So that we can then, once you get, it's not enough to get at the table. You got to be a player at the table.
Exactly. Not
I don't want to sit at the table and get crumbs.
No,
I want to make the decision on where the meal gets sent to.
Yes, sir. You're right. Decision making, and that's I think the issue right now where we stand as a culture in a lot of areas. We don't have that proper seat at the table to make decisions. You think about it, even in the politics, they don't start talking to the black peoples until like 2 weeks before the election because they don't matter.
Well, because there's a lack of true respect for our community.
Yes, sir.
Listen, when Donald Trump went to Detroit, when Donald Trump went to and I have my own that I'll keep to myself because this is a family show.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
About a lot of these my peers in the church, pastor friends and people I don't know, peers, fellow pastors who, have embraced Donald Trump, especially the ones who invited him to their church. They missed the point.
Mm-hmm.
See, a lot of us run for the spotlight.
Right.
And don't understand that a Donald Trump is not talking to Black America. When he makes these quote-unquote overtures to our community, he's not talking to us. He's talking to suburban, white, college-educated women who normally vote Republican but don't feel comfortable with Donald Trump, and they don't like to support racists because they understand the history of America.
Mm-hmm.
So his reaching out to black folk is nothing more than him signaling to those rich, college-educated, suburban, white women, I'm not racist. I'm not bad as they say I am. Y'all can vote for me.
Yeah. Feel comfortable. Be comfortable with it.
He knows he's not going to get black votes. He knows that.
Yeah. I personally don't even like when the Democrats sometimes come and stump for the black folks either, though, because, again, I don't really feel like they're doing enough for the community. My thing is this. Do for yourself. What are we willing to do for each other? That's my main thing, because the role of government wasn't even supposed to be as big as it is right now anyway. So the thing about it is that what will you do for yourself and what can we do? And that's what I would like us to do more as a culture, to say, okay, what can we do for ourselves? Let's not ask anybody else what they're going to do for us. What will we do for us?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Too often, many Democrats have taken the black vote and black community for granted.
Yes, sir.
And that's because we have quote unquote leaders who take the checks,
Mm-hmm.
bring politicians into our community,
Mm-hmm.
and then don't hold them accountable for promises they make.
Exactly.
Personally, although I've voted Democrat, the greater majority of my time,
Yes, sir.
I'll consider myself an independent, because
Mm-hmm. Me too.
if a Republican speaks to my needs and to my issues sincerely and shows that it's not just a photo op, or that he's not trying to buy me or sell me a bill of goods, then I can vote for him. I'll give you an example. I would have a difficult decision if it was Hillary Clinton versus, say, John Kasich, the governor of Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think he is a fair man. I think he genuinely cares about the condition of all people.
That's why he didn't make it.
So I'll have a dilemma personally as to who I would vote for.
Right.
But now there is no dilemma. There is no choice.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot vote for a person who mocks a disabled news reporter, who says that a judge born in Indiana is not fit to stand to judge over a court case of his because his parents are Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
A same man who says that all Mexicans who come over across the border are rapists, murderers, drug dealers, drug users, who got his political start by perpetuating the lie that the first black president of America was not born from here. Not only was he not born in America, but there's no way he could have gone to Harvard, because I'm Donald Trump and I'm smart. He's a black man from Kenya. He can't be as smart to get in to Harvard.
So you got to read between the lines, huh?
Oh, God, yes. Then you hear him. I mean, that doesn't include the sexual assault that was heard on tape and seen on video, that he says, I'll walk up to women and grab them against I just can't help myself.
Yeah.
And I grab them in their genitals. But there are Christians, mainly white Southern Baptist evangelicals, who will fight you to the core in their support of Donald Trump for one issue.
Yeah.
The Supreme Court.
Exactly. The system. They want the system to keep working the way it's working, and they feel like that's the best candidate to keep it going for them because he speaks to those people that support him. He's speaking to what they want. The same people that supporting Clinton, she's speaking to what they want. So everybody vote with their conscience or whatever they feel. But at the same time, like me and my co-host said last night, if you're not knocking on my door, you don't know me. So you're so detached from my issue. So if you're not, as you say, if you're not saying something that's speaking to me, you can miss me with your vote because you haven't earned it.
Oh, you have to make politicians earn your vote. You have to make politicians earn your support.
Very true.
And I think we've missed out on a grand opportunity as a community to really affect change for us by promoting leaders in our community who've done nothing but sell us out.
Yeah, and it happens on a regular basis. I mean, even with Obama being in office, right? Okay, he got 95% of the black vote. Okay, they said hope and change. But if you look at some of the numbers economically, blacks took a little bit further gap, under the watch. Okay, then you see the unarmed black man getting shot and all that kind of stuff. I personally feel that as a black president, he could have said more. He could have done more. I'm not there in Washington. I don't make the rules. I'm just simply saying that if a president was blind, there'd be some initiative for blind people. If a president had one leg, there'd be some initiative for one-leg people. So I'm just simply saying that what caused the advance for African-American culture with the first black president ever being elected?
Well, there's a few things. Mm-hmm. And this is where, our community needs to be educated on American political history. First, let's look at him as a person, as the first black president. He was not elected as the president of Black America. Mm-hmm. He was elected as president of the United States of America. Okay. So if he would have come out and said, I'm going to do everything that my people need, he would have got absolutely nothing done. Now, how the government, when it was formed in the late 1700s, was that the president and Congress literally have almost equal power. Mm-hmm. So he can make whatever proposals he wants.
Right.
It takes acts of Congress to vote to approve whatever proposals the president puts forth.
Definitely.
And he was getting inaugurated. Not 3 blocks from the Capitol, Republican leaders sat in a room and they vowed, we're going to block everything this man wanted to do.
Yes, sir.
Then you had dumb, and I call them dumb, gutless Democrats didn't fight for his agenda like they should have. Democrats in Congress. For instance, Obamacare, it needs to be fixed.
Yeah, the
just like
rose.
When Social Security was enacted in the 40s, when Medicaid and Medicare was enacted in the 40s, it needed to be fixed. It wasn't perfect when it brought out. It would have been better had Democrats fought to include the public option.
True.
But they didn't. They didn't. Mm-hmm. So now it still gave these insurance companies the ability to raise premiums as they see fit. I saw day before yesterday a report of all of the 8 major health insurance companies in America. Their CEOs are making an obscene
yes, sir. I saw that today.
Amount of bonuses in salary.
Exactly.
And the majority of them got out of Obamacare to hurt it so that it can go back to what it was and they can get monies that they can get their bonuses higher than what
Exactly.
they were.
Money.
So it's the system